okay. I know you want to find.
Grand Commander of the Federal Republic, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Your Excellency, Professor Yemi Oshibajo, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Grand Commander of the Order of the Niger, Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Honorable Ministers, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, the Chief of Staff to the President, the Chief of Defense Staff, Service Chiefs, the Inspector General of Police, and heads of intelligence and paramilitary agencies, other senior government officials, members of the Board of the National Institute, the Director General of the National Institute, management, directing staff, senior fellows, and other senior staff of the National Institute, my colleagues, participants of Senior Executive Course 44 2022, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I am Assistant Inspector General of Police Aisha Abubakar Baju, the Monitor General of the Senior Executive Course 44 2022 of the National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies School, and the lead presenter. Presenting with me are Navy Captain Babatunde Quadri, Honorable Barrister Rekieta Ayuba Haruna, Mrs. Nini Kama Okeuche, and Honorable Dr. Chukwuemeka Uja. Mr. President, sir, on behalf of participants of Senior Executive Course 44 2022, I wish to express our sincere appreciation to you for approving our participation in the course and the opportunity to present this report. We also wish to commend the efforts of your administration in tackling insecurity and corruption, as well as strengthening local governance. Your Excellency, kindly permit us to present an abridged version of the report of our 10-month-long study on strengthening local governance. It is is hoped that this report will contribute to strengthening local governance in Nigeria. I will now begin with the background to the study. Local governance is an area of growing interest across the world. The interest stems from the recognition that improvement in the capacity of localities to govern themselves enhances government performance at the grassroots and produces better public service and development outcomes. Local governance requires collaboration between state and non-state actors in meeting the needs and aspirations of persons and local communities. The local government is a key enabler in this regard because it is conferred with the statutory powers and resources to deliver local governance through the formulation and implementation of policies and programs. Effective local governance can only thrive when the principles of good governance such as citizen participation, inclusiveness, transparency, accountability, and rule of law are upheld. Many reforms have been carried out towards strengthening local governance in Nigeria, the most prominent of which was the Dasundi Reform of 1976. However, these reforms were largely targeted at the local government system, with little regard for local governance. Hence, the reforms have not produced effective and efficient local governance institutions and processes leading to commensurate results in terms of public service delivery and development. Instead, constitutional ambiguities and lacunae, coupled with the piecemeal nature of the reforms, have largely undermined the capacity of local governments to mobilize revenues and functions as autonomous entities accountable to their respective communities and citizens. The combined effect of this and other related challenges, such as corruption, poor citizen participation, lack of autonomy, and poor revenue generation, among others, have accounted for the low performance of local governments in bringing about sustainable development. As part of efforts towards ensuring the autonomy of local governments and stemming the tide of corruption, the federal government, through the Nigeria Financial Intelligence Unit, issued a directive barring states from making deductions directly from the state joint local government account and prohibiting large cash withdrawals from local government accounts. Also, in March 2022, the National Assembly passed constitutional amendment bills aimed at granting financial and administrative autonomy to local governments. The bills have been transmitted to state houses of assembly for approval in line with statutory requirements and constitutional amendments. However, the mandatory approval of the 2/3 of all state houses of assembly is yet to be achieved. In spite of these challenges, strengthening local governance deserves to remain a top national policy priority because without strong local governance, development is severely impeded. Your Excellency, sir, it is against this backdrop that you task us, the participants of Senior Executive Course 44 2022, to conduct research on the theme, Strengthening Local Governance in Nigeria, Challenges, Options, and Opportunities. Babatunde, please continue with the presentation.
Thank you, Aisha. Your Excellency, Mr. President, the aim of the study was to evaluate the challenges, options, and opportunities for strengthening local governance in Nigeria. Accordingly, the objectives of the study were to 1. Examine the nature of the strategic environment and how it affects local governance in Nigeria. 2.